Welcome to Chapter 9, Conversion Optimization. Now, it's one thing to have a website ranking in Google. That's 50% of the battle. The other 50% is converting the traffic into leads, aka phone calls, or opt-in forms. What you need to focus on most importantly is how to convert the traffic that hits your website. You need to seem as premier as possible in the niche you are in. Now, by following the guidelines in this chapter, I am going to show you how to raise your conversion rate percentage for your website. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So let's talk about some best practices for local SEO copyright. First, you really want to write to your demographic. Know your demographic, know their wants, know their needs, and know what they want to be fed when they reach your website. It's really important. You're not just writing content to get it up there, you're writing content to a specific person, so know that person really well. You don't want to use images just straight out of the internet or what we like to call stock photos. Stock photos are great, but if your whole website is one big stock photo, people are just going to catch on and they're not going to take you as seriously as a well-branded competitor. Remember that. Now, two of the top plugins I like to use to help convert. Number one is Easy Bounce. And what this does is it's kind of a sniper trick. When someone clicks back on their web browser to go to the Google search again to look at other competitors, Easy Bounce will redirect them to any page you want. So as soon as they get to your site, they're kind of trapped in there until they close out the browser with the red button. Now what this helps out with is the CTR, or the click-through rate, and it's a great plugin. I highly recommend you look into it. I use it on all my local lead generation websites. Now another plugin I like to use is any kind of pop-up plugin where you can throw an offer in front of the web user's face and set the limit of how long it stays there, when it pops up, and all that stuff. So go do some research, find a great pop-up plugin. I personally use Ninja pop-ups and it works for me every time. What I'll do is I'll put an offer on that pop-up. So as soon as someone's on my website for more than 30 seconds, I'll have a pop-up overlay of a contact form or a phone number or a call us now and we'll help you solve your problems. Now for call to actions, you want to make sure that there's a call to action on every single page of your website. That's very important. If someone lands on some random page down the line, you want to make sure that it's so easy for them to call you or leave a filled out form to reach you at. Now all on-page elements of the website should be easy on the eyes. And what I mean is you should have a really good sized font. You should have a good branded color on all the headers, H1 tags, all the footers, all that stuff. And you also should have a unique Google font. You can download the plugin WP Google Font and pick out a font that looks different than the standard Times New Roman and all that stuff. I use it for all my websites as well. You also want to make sure that the images you are selecting for your homepage and your content pages all pop out. They're not just standard stock images like I stated earlier in this chapter. So do some research, find some great photos, and make them pop. Now the most important calls to actions is the number at the top right of the header, the contact form, which is going to be on the sidebar of the page, and the number in the body of the copy. So for that one page, we would have 3 call to actions. So this just means there's 3 times more of a chance that they're going to either call you or opt in. So remember that, have a heavy call to action on every single page. And lastly, I just want to caution you again about the Contact Form 7. Now what it does, it's going to load lots of extra JavaScript on each page and slow your website down. So when you're using a contact form on the sidebar, really think about ways you can avoid using Contact Form 7. Now thanks a lot for listening to this chapter. It was kind of short, but I'd really just wanted to emphasize how important it is to have a good call to action on each page of your website.